Guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I really want to talk to you about changing your life. If you want to make 2021 the best year of your life, or even if you just want to make it the year that you take a step to going in the direction that you actually want to go in your life, I want this video to be a resource for you. But in all honesty, I've been standing here for about 10 minutes, unsure what to say to start this video, because this is such purpose-driven work for me. You know, I truly believe that my purpose is to help you guys to create a life you love, doing what you love, and that's the whole point behind my brand. But when I get to talking about what I did to become more of a positive person and just take control of my life, I get weird. I don't know, I feel so uncomfy over here. And there's really no good excuse for it, honestly. I am so comfortable talking about this stuff, like anything personal development. I'm fine sharing it on my Instagram stories, on my vlog channel, it's all good. But here on my YouTube channel, I think a lot of you are coming here because you just want YouTube tips and you want the strategies, and you're like, how can I grow my YouTube channel and become a successful business owner and all that stuff? But in reality, if you want to do all that, then you're probably at the stage where you want to change your life or you want to change your career. And I think that this video could be pivotal for you and could really, really help you to go in the direction that you want to go. So if you didn't already know, I actually got started with my brand because I was in such a dark place in my life. I had recently graduated college. I was working a full-time job that I liked, but I didn't love. And I was dealing with anxiety and depression for really the first time in my life. And I had absolutely no idea how to cope. But I was such a miserable human being back then. Honestly, if you guys saw that person, you would not recognize her, because I feel like right now I'm pretty much like high vibe Cathrin, you know? I am really such a positive and optimistic person, where back then, just a couple of years ago, I was so negative and I hated absolutely everything. So the very first thing is to honestly accept that you want to change your life. I think that that is one of the hardest steps in the process. And even when I get you guys leaving comments on my YouTube videos saying that you've just started your YouTube channel, I always say congrats. That is one of the hardest steps, because actually getting started is terrifying. And actually admitting that you want to create a better life for yourself can seem really daunting, but once you decide this is it, you know, like I want to do this for me, for me, guys, your life is going to be so incredibly beautiful. As I do with every one of my YouTube videos, I created a list of what I want to cover, and coming up with this outline was actually so incredibly hard, because you guys know me. I mean, I don't like to just offer fluff, like read personal development books and change your mindset, when in reality, yes, I'm going to mention those things, but I wanted to dive deeper and really figure out what I did step by step to go from that negative, purposeless person that I was back in 2016 to the happy, positive, six-figure business owner that I am today. So one of the first things that I ended up doing was I made a list of things that I was unhappy with, because yes, I was so incredibly negative at the time. And if you would have asked me, I would have said, I hate everything about my life. But in reality, I had my dog Fancy then, and I absolutely love her. I have never hated her. So I had to create a list of things that I actively wanted to change. And that would be my very first tip for you guys, is make a list. What are some things that you want to change about your life? Whether that is your mindset. If you are being really negative right now and you don't like that, write that down. If you don't like your career, where you're living, maybe the people you surround yourself with, you know, like create a list of the things that you're actually unhappy with, and that's going to give you a stepping stone of where you can get started to changing your life and making a better life for yourself. Now, that is really, really hard for you to do. What I want you to do instead, let's put a positive spin on this, is create your dream life. Okay? Sit down, visualize it. What do I want my dream life to look like? Where are you living? What car are you driving? Do you have kids? Are you married? Like, give me all of the details about your life and figure out what that fantasy dream life is for you. And then start with where you're at today, what you need to change to get there. Now, don't get me wrong. The road to creating your dream life is not going to be straight and easy. There's going to be so many twists and turns and roadblocks thrown your way that make you question why the heck you're doing this in the first place. But that's exactly why your mindset is so incredibly important. And I want you guys to remember that the way you think really does create your reality, because what you focus on, you create more of. So let's say right now you're a really negative person. And I actually had an experience that happened to me last week where I made myself shrimp and grits for lunch. It was not a normal lunch for me, but I was so incredibly excited. I was like, yes, good Southern meal today. This is gonna be phenomenal. What ends up happening is I dropped my bowl on the ground All of my shrimp and grits went everywhere. I burnt my hand and it was a mess. And then I didn't have lunch for the day. But instead of letting that absolutely wreck my day, I ended up laughing about it. I went on my Instagram stories. I shared the story with you guys and it was funny and it was comical. But the more negative things you focus on, you're going to recognize more negative things in your life compared to if you focus on more positive things, you are going to notice more positive things in your life. And when a little roadblock comes in your way, for example, let's say you're trying to be a YouTuber and you film a couple of videos, it's going great. And the next thing you know, you set up a filming day, you're ready to get it done, and you're really relying on natural sunlight. And then it's a cloudy day. The lighting, it's doing it. Dang it. The lighting is changing. We are getting darker and darker. I can't tell if the lighting's changing. It's definitely changing. You guys have heard me complain about that so many times, but in reality, when I was first getting started, I would get so incredibly mad when I had a really good take and next thing you know, a cloud came and it went dark. Now, I just laugh about it, guys. Like, you have to. There's nothing you can do. And especially if it is something that you cannot control, do not let it strip you of your good energy. So I want you guys to remember that your energy is precious. And can we just make a pact? We're gonna make it right now. Done. I already made it for you. That we are protecting our energy in 2021, okay? Because negative energy attracts negative energy, and we don't wanna be over there. Positive energy attracts positive energy. So let's just stay on this side of things. But along with that, we really have to talk about your inner circle. And I've heard so many motivational speakers and in personal development books, I've actually read this as well, that you are the 3 to 5 closest people that you surround yourself with. And this is so incredibly true. If you notice that your friend group is gossiping, you're going to notice that you gossip more compared to if you notice that you surround yourself with people that are constantly pushing themselves forward, you will probably have more of a drive to actually push yourself forward. And this is one of the hardest things that you are going to have to do. And I know that it was really, really challenging for me when I was first getting started, but I was really big into personal development and changing my mindset to more of a positive mindset. And I would get on the phone with one of my friends. We would talk every week or every other week at that point in time. And I noticed that every single time we got on the phone, it was just gossip. And it was, my life is terrible. Can you believe that this happened to me? All this stuff. And I was like, that just isn't the direction that I want to go. This isn't the person that I want to become. And I did not want to have that person in my 3 to 5 closest people that I am, So I ended up having to take a little bit of a step back because that wasn't the direction that I was going. And that's not being mean, guys. That's not being selfish. You're doing what you need to do to set yourself up for success. And honestly, can I just throw this little tidbit in there? What Susie says about Sally says more about Susie than it does about Sally, okay? If you are surrounding yourself with people that gossip, get out of it. You don't want that in your life. Along with that, guys, do not be afraid to set boundaries, okay? I feel like it's so incredibly common to want to say yes to everything, or not even want to say yes to everything, but feel obligated to say yes to everything. Protect yourself, protect your energy. If it's not something that's going to bring out the best in you, or if it's not something that's going to help you to go in the direction that you want to go, do not be afraid to say no. Okay, are you guys ready to dive deeper? If you have never done any personal development work before, you may be like, Cathrin, what the heck? You just told me to take an inventory of my friends. I need to set boundaries. I need to do all this stuff. What deeper can we get? No. Okay. If you are in a not great place right now and maybe you're finding it hard to get out of bed in the morning, I have been there. I have spent a whole week on my floor before, lacking the energy to do absolutely anything. And if you are at that point in your life, I want to give you guys a piece of advice that really, really helped me. And that was to find a sense of purpose in not only my life, but also my day to day. And I do not want that to turn you guys away thinking, oh, I have no idea what my life's purpose is. Do not worry about that. You just need to find something that can get you out of bed in the morning. And for me, guys, I haven't set an alarm clock for the past 3 years. I naturally get out of bed at 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning because I am so excited for the day. And that was a shift in my mindset that had to happen over time. But like I said, there was a point where I did not want to get out of bed, and showering was a struggle. Getting dressed that day was a struggle, but you need to find a little sense of purpose in your day. And for me, that was fancy, and I am not recommending going out and getting a pet. That's not the right thing to do. But for me, I had to absolutely take care of Fancy. I had to take her outside. I had to feed her. I had to play with her. She was dependent on me, and that gave me a sense of purpose during that time when I felt like I had nothing that was keeping me going. So if you can find any sense of purpose, whether that is you've got house plants you have to water, okay? Find a sense of purpose in literally anything, or really just find something to look forward to in your day. So let's say, I mean, honestly, guys, I'm a lover of morning routines, and especially if you are struggling to get out of bed in the morning, creating a morning routine for yourself is great, even if it's just 15 minutes to sit in peace and drink your coffee before your kids get up. I really recommend working that into your schedule, but I would just say find something in your day that brings you joy and make sure that you save time in your day for things that make you happy. So if you really love going for a drive in your car, blasting music, singing, reserve a half an hour in your day to do that. Even if you're not going anywhere, because you guys know the times we're in right now. If you're just driving around your neighborhood or driving through the countryside, go and freaking do it. You need to make sure that you're reserving time for things that bring you joy. And for me, you guys know, I do Sushi Tuesday. It is Sushi Tuesday. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I've got my sushi. I've got The Incredibles on the screen. I've got a puzzle. I'm ready to rock. So Tuesday is my busiest day work-wise, where I have to film my main channel videos. I have to edit my main channel videos. I also have a main channel video going live that day, so I have to respond to comments. And it just tends to be my busiest day because these videos take so long for me to film. Like sometimes they're easy, but other times they are not easy for me to film. So what I ended up establishing during Vlogmas actually was Sushi Tuesday. So every Tuesday at the end of the day, I don't have to make myself dinner. I order sushi, get it delivered. It's just like a little joy, a little treat to look forward to at the end of the day, because I know every Tuesday it's going to be my busiest and probably most stressful day. Without going too deep on you guys and really talking about the universe and believing in something bigger and manifestation and law of attraction and all of that stuff, that's really a great way to rework your mind. But what I want to recommend to you guys is personal development books, obviously. When I first decided that I really wanted to make a change, the first step I did was I bought my domain and I started with my website, and then I really dove into personal development and changing my mindset and just all of that stuff. So the first book that really changed my life was You Are a Badass, and I would highly recommend this to you guys. I love this book and I've recommended it so many times. I've given it in giveaways and stuff like that. It's great. If you're just now getting started with personal development, You Are a Badass. Another one, if you prefer a male perspective on things, Unfuck Yourself. I recently read this book, and this is such a beginner book. If you are looking to get started, anything personal development wise, get started with this. It's so good. But if you are at the point where, like, this is where we're gonna get really deep, guys, where you wanna break past your limiting beliefs, you wanna realize what your childhood trauma was and why you do the things that you do, because wow, that is going to open you up to a whole new world, then I would really recommend Claim Your Power by Mastin Kipp. This is a 40-day journey where every day you're going to read a chapter, and then he's going to give you a task and something that you can work on, and it's typically like a journal entry and things that you need to break down, and it's deep. You are going to realize some stuff about yourself, and it is definitely an emotional roller coaster. But if you are beyond the point of, hey, I've read these basic books, I want to go further, Claim Your Power, Mastin Kipp. A freaking game changer for me. But let me be clear with you guys, changing your life is not as glamorous as getting sushi every Tuesday. Like, that sounds so incredibly silly, but I want you guys to know that what really took me to get here where I am today, creating this video for you, was a ton of sacrifices. And it's not something that a lot of people want to talk about, and it's not something that a lot of people want to do. But for me, I made a crap ton of sacrifices to get to where I am today. Whether that was waking up at 5:30 every Saturday morning to work, because guys, I started this as my side hustle. So if you're at the point where you're working a full-time job and you're doing something else as your side hustle, and that's the direction you want to go, you're going to have to make a ton of sacrifices with your time, even if that is not watching an hour of TV before bed, but instead working before bed. It's not going to be glamorous. Like, I don't want to make this video and you guys think, oh, it's so easy, you just have to be positive and happy and read personal development books. Like, no, you need to make sacrifices, and trust me, at the end of the day, it's going to be so incredibly worth it. But while you're in the thick of it, you may not like it. I hope you guys like this video. Honestly, I would love to talk more about personal development, and I do talk a lot about this stuff on my Instagram stories, so if you guys want to check me out on Instagram, you can go ahead and do that. But if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below. It really does help to support me, and I will see you guys back here soon with another one. Bye, guys. Hello. Just need to make sure that's working. I'm sweating. Okay, Cathrin, you got this. Like, is this all making sense? Coming together, right? Yeah, it is. I know it is. I trust myself. Sorry, fancy's really distracting me. I don't know. I don't really like that. I am healthy. I am wealthy. That was good. I'm just waiting for the sunlight. Please don't judge me.